as a woman that's really operating in her feminine energy, we only respond to the alpha male. When I say respond, a lot of men complain that women, they don't listen and, they always want to be in control. Well, when a feminine woman comes in contact with a alpha male, a very masculine man, we surrender. Our bodies surrender to that. And so that means we feel safe, we feel seen, we feel heard, we feel protected, we feel provided for. So in that environment, you don't normally get that type of response, that back and forth, that argumentative stuff from that woman when that type of environment has been created for her. She can't help it.
It's the Katie Bowe Show, for sure.
All right, what up, family? Okay, man, without further ado, without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, she is the one that is, making a strong impact all over the world. And a lot of high-value men are flocking to her because she says exactly what we need to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, April Mason, what's up?
Hey, darling, how are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm well. I got to tell you, we've been knowing each other for a very long time.
Over 10 years.
And I appreciate, I feel like it's longer than that.
Yeah, I remember when I came back to Georgia, and we did that first interview when I first got into the dating scene. That was in 2010 when you was in that little house, right? That little itty bitty.
That's what we're going to do?
That's what we're going to do.
Okay. All right. That's what we're going to do.
But we were familiar with each other before that. I don't remember how, but we were familiar with each other before that.
Okay. Oh, and my cousin Eric.
Your cousin Eric. That's
in the Bay.
Yep.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff that we want to cover, and let's jump right into it. You're passionate about what specifically?
I'm passionate about letting women understand the power that we have as women. I'm very passionate about that.
Okay, and
because I understand
it. The passion that you have as women. What do you?
When I say women, I'm saying the passion that I have. Pretty much, let me say it like this, is showing women the power that we actually have as women. Because I believe y'all know it. We just don't.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that power?
When women are operating in it, it's the divine feminine energy, the very thing that has been suppressed for thousands of years. I believe that this pandemic was the feminine energy rising up saying, I'm sick of y'all, because the feminine energy causes you to go within. Everybody during 2020 had to go within to try to figure themselves out. That's what the feminine energy does. It makes you go within. That's why femininity is not a look. It's not the color pink. It's not long hair. It's extensions. It's going inward. It's all about going inward. So everybody had to do that in 2020. And I just felt like, come through feminine energy, make everybody sit their tails down and go within. And people got to see who they really were, where their life was. Feminine energy is stillness, and it causes you to have to stop. So that's what I'm passionate about.
So there are people who say that there really is no such thing as masculine and feminine energy. I guess, or no, it's not so much masculine. They say there's no such thing as like the alpha male. Can you talk about that alpha male, beta male, in your experience? My
experience. Now, here's the thing. Yes, you have the alpha male, the beta male, the sigma male, and there's some other ones out there, right? As a woman that's really operating in her feminine energy, we only respond to the alpha male. When I say respond, a lot of men complain that women, they don't listen and, they always want to be in control. Well, when a feminine woman comes in contact with a alpha male, a very masculine man, we surrender. Our bodies surrender to that. And so that means we feel safe, we feel seen, we feel heard, we feel protected, we feel provided for. So in that environment, you don't normally get that type of response, that back and forth, that argumentative stuff from that woman when that type of environment has been created for her. She can't help it.
Well, when you said submit, though, you said submit. You use that word submit.
Yeah, our bodies, we submit to that leadership because you got to remember, as women, we are always in control. I don't want to be in control when I'm with you. So if you provide this space, now it's not taking away what the man has to provide for the submission to happen, because everybody ain't the leader, honey. Everybody can't be submitted to, honey.
Mm-hmm.
But when he is that, it just happens naturally, unless you are a woman that wants to be in control of everything. But that's not a divine feminine woman, because we do not function that way. We can't. But if you are masquerading as a feminine woman because you wear a dress or you have, long hair, and put it like this, femininity cannot be bought at the beauty supply store.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So a lot of women look the part, whereas men get duped by the look. She looks like that. But when you start getting to know her and how she moves and how she responds to you, you'll be able to figure out the real.
So, okay, all right. Why is this such a polarizing conversation then? Because, to have that conversation, feminine energy, masculine energy. Okay, so you think a female is going to have feminine energy. You think that, I don't like to use the word should, but maybe that's the way it should be. You should have feminine energy. Why do some have masculine energy?
Well, put it like this. All women have feminine energy. Some have been suppressed. Like, I'll use my daughter-in-law for an example. She was raised in a house full of men in the Marines. She's hardcore, right? She know how to ball better than most dudes. She know how to change the transmission. She came to my daughter's house. Like, oh, we need to put a new toilet in here. She put in a new toilet. She was just doing stuff. Okay, that's her.
Oh my.
Right? So here's the thing. Mm-hmm. I started watching how she became my son's homie, right? And one day she called me and said, I think your son is talking to another woman. And she sent me the pictures. And that was a Saturday. And I said, I'll be down there Tuesday. They were living in San Diego. So I flew out. But I already knew.
She sent you the pictures?
She sent me the pictures of the girl, because she went to the girl's social media and sent me the pictures of the girl. Right?
How about that?
Here's the thing. And this goes into how women push back when I talk about this. So here's the thing. She sends me the pictures. And I look at the girl. The girl is a very beautiful girl, very ladylike, very, she wasn't like anything extraordinarily beautiful. She wasn't like my daughter-in-law, when it comes to looks. She was a girl. So I watched how my son, they interacted. My son and her were like homies, like roommates. So what you're experiencing is you're not bringing that feminine girl part. So when people say, I don't need all that, you're going to get treated like a homie. So fast forward to that. She sent me that in 2018, Christmas 2019, she came to the house. And we had to get about that life a little bit because she tried to jump bad with mama. Yes. And this is what she said. She said, you're trying to turn me into something that I am not. See, now my son didn't know that I had come there because of that situation. I kind of told a fib and told my son I had a business meeting in San Diego. But as a mother-in-law, I'm one of those that believe just because you're married to my kid don't mean my kid is right. So I'm coming there in your defense and help you. You want to stay with my son, bring him back in. I said, okay, you know what? I said, we need to remind my son of why he married you. Now, mind you, plain Jane, she don't keep herself up, the bonnets, all of that kind of stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, because of this, I understand men and that men are visual, darling. So let's give him a little something to look at, because I'm looking at the pictures that you sent me of the woman that he's looking at. You look like a truck driver.
Wait a minute. Okay. All right, then. All right.
So I started there with the appearance first. And then I was going, as the mother-in-law, I'm going to work. I'm not going to just throw all of this on you all at once. I'm going to work with you gradually. So fast forward, she jumps bad with me at my home. And I just like, shoot, since you want to jump bad, let's go for it. I said, son, the reason why I came to San Diego is because she thought you was cheating. And I told her that you guys are more like homies. Since, I'm the mom, like I said, I'm the mother-in-law that came to support you, even though that's my son. If this is what he's doing, it ain't right. But you want to do this? Okay, let's get with it. I said, you know what? You said I was trying to change you. If he want to look at other women because I don't look like a girl like that, then that's not who I need to be with, right? So this right here, what I'm explaining to you is what I have been dealing with women across the board, right? So you come to me, you want me to help you. I'm telling you, I need you to get back into the feminine energy because that's going to make that man, that's going to pull out even more of the alpha man that's in him and that masculine energy that you want. This other girl gives him the girl. This other girl gives him the respect and all of the things that you're not doing, right? Let's just leave it at the look. I posted a picture that year of us, of our family, a picture of my kids and their spouses and my grandkids. She looked like a truck driver with a flannel shirt on. So you're wondering why my son is looking at other women, but you're not giving him anything to look at. But when I try to help you and say, you know what? This whole take me as I am culture gotta go.
Okay, that's where we're going with it. That's where we're going right there. That part is where we're going. Because what I find is that a lot of women, and really today's show is a lot of because I work with men and you work with women and men.
I do.
You work with a lot of high value men. And
Yes.
so you probably will be able to echo a lot of what I hear in the sense that we find that, so let me say what we're talking about first. I want to ask you some questions.
Okay.
So you can help me understand the mind of why women do certain things. And honestly, most of us, we're looking for hope. And, it's funny. My wife says to me, she says, yeah, you sound wounded sometime when you're talking. Well, sometimes you need to do better. That's one. Okay. Okay. And then other times, I deal with a lot of men. And so I want to put myself in the shoes with them so that we can kind of work this whole thing out. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But women tend to, by and large, no sweeping generalizations, they tend to defend that kind of behavior when you tell them this shit hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they defend it. Like what she just said, you're trying to change me into something that I'm not. Well, hell, what you want him to do? Do you want him to go and get what he likes? Listen to what you said. He clearly likes this. Mm-hmm. And all you got to do is just kind of brush up here and there, and you can give him that. No, you want to defend, if you love me, then you'll accept me as I am.
Right. And then on top of that, she has a mother-in-law that's trying to help her in this area. It's like, sis, I got you, girl. I got you. Because, you're married to my son. Y'all got a baby. The whole nine. I got you. Well, they ended up divorced. And I'm not saying it was all that because they should have never got married in the first place, but they were younger. But I'm using that as an example to what I deal with the 40, 50-year-old, 30-year-old women. It's like, accept me as I am. If I get out of shape, not because of a health condition, but if I just get out of shape, you still gonna love me. Not saying I value myself enough I don't want to look like that when I look in the mirror. When I was married, I was in a bad marriage and I didn't know I was depressed. I wasn't even conscious enough to know, Katie, that I was buying jeggings. I wasn't even buying jeans no more, honey. I had a little elastic around the waist. I didn't know that I had got up to a size 16. Now I'm 5'3".
Oh, you was a 16?
I got up to a 16.
I didn't know you during that time.
No, baby, you know me doing that time.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I was a size 16. I actually recently posted on my social media me when I was married, and everybody's like, that don't look like you. I think I posted it last week.
Yo, I think I saw that.
Yes.
You look like Foxy Brown a little bit. But
I get it.
Not that Fox. Okay.
No, I know. I totally understand. I totally understand what you mean because it doesn't look like the woman that everybody knows today. Really. But it wasn't until one day I was in Walmart and I walked by the mirror and I was like, "Who in the hell is that?"
Oh.
At that moment, I knew I needed to get a divorce.
Wow.
And I needed to do it ASAP. I filed that not police report, that paperwork. Mm-hmm. And in Georgia, it only take 31 days to get a non-contested divorce.
Oh my.
Yeah, only 31 days. Especially if you come to the agreement on what y'all gonna do, and then boom, here it is, right? Within that 30 days, I lost 20 pounds and got back down to my size 6. Because a lot of times we're not aware of what's going on. And it wasn't until that look in the mirror, I never paid attention that my jeans was a size 16. I was buying bigger shirts. I was just going. I was just moving, and we're not conscious. And one of the things that the feminine energy is, it's conscious. It causes you to feel inside of your body. It's like I ask women, how do you feel? Get out your head and tell me how you feel. That means you got to get in your body. So I take pole dancing classes for help with that. So people be like, oh,
you did what?
I take pole dancing classes.
That's what I thought you.
I have a pole,
you know what?
I have a pole in my room.
With the little grandbaby.
Yes.
Like, don't play with that.
Yes.
That's not a toy.
No, that's for grandma. That's for Grammy. And the reason I have that is because a lot of times as women, we have desensitized ourselves to feelings. Because, we live in an unbothered culture. I'm like, hell, some stuff should bother you. Yeah. And it's okay if it does bother you.
Yeah.
But what we've done is we've caused a lot of health conditions. And I can talk about it because I was diagnosed with lupus a couple years ago. And the lupus came from emotional and physical stress. And that's because as women, we don't take time to feel. So when women start talking to me about these men, I'm like, do you feel? And I'm wondering, what are you talking about? I said, are you intimate with yourself? And I'm not talking about sex. I said, so how can you not feel and try to be intimate with a man, but you want him to feel and be intimate and talk to you and give you his innermost secrets, and you're not that with you?
Say more about that. Feel. What do you mean? Do you
Feeling.
feel?
How do you feel? A lot of people, we're so used to saying, oh, I'm good. I'm good. Everything's good. No complaints. God is good. I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
BS. Tell the truth. How do you feel? And the only way you know how you feel is if you be still. How am I really feeling? And when people ask me how I'm feeling, I'm not feeling good. I could be better. Help me. And I'm okay with asking for help. I don't know what I'm dealing with. This is something new for me. I'm not going to tell you, well, you know what? God is good and, things happen, but it's working out. No, I need some help. And can you help me? Excuse me. I need some assistance. And so we don't feel anymore because we live in unbothered culture. We live in pseudo confidence. Is what we live in right now. This whole fake self-esteem. You just keep moving. I get tired of looking on the internet, seeing posts that say, girl, when you want to give up, keep going. No, sit your ass down. And it's okay to sit down. It is the boss chick, the bad chick culture. About that bad culture, look what it's doing to your body. Since the 1960s, women's health issues have skyrocketed. Breast cancer, cysts, ovaries. Your ovaries messed up, your womb area, because we entered into the workforce in masculine energy. Just because it was masculine dominated doesn't mean I'm going to operate like that. So now we put all of this stress on our bodies in these male dominated fields, not fields, just in business period, or going out into the workforce, not bringing our girl with us, which is why I trademark the feminine CEO. I do business like a woman. I don't do business like a man.
Because feminine energy is a strength.
That's our superpower.
Yeah.
Being what you're not.
Yeah.
And that's what draws you to us. But women want to, no, that's weak. That's a doormat. No. The feminine energy changes the atmosphere every time a feminine woman walks into the room. You can always tell when a really feminine woman enters the room and when a feminine looking woman enters the room. It's a total difference. Total difference.
So this is good. So my mind is thinking about it like this. Sometimes it's what you add that causes the difference. Like a lot of us are really enveloped in darkness. Honestly, like when you think about guys and you think about the things that we struggle with, it gets dark up here sometimes. It really does. And I can tell you that I've got great people that I talk to shed some light of illumination. But you know what? Darkness is not a thing. It's not a real thing. It's the absence of a thing. And so what we tend to do is we stay away from the light that would bring so you can say some stuff.
Yeah.
And I know we struggle a lot with a lot of things. But you said something about the boss chick. May I say this to you in no uncertain terms? No man ever in the history of knowing ever anything in life ever said, not no real dude, said, you know what I want? I want to marry a boss chick. We don't want that.
Well, see, this is what y'all say, what y'all do say, which make women think that I want a strong woman. And I have to correct men every time they say it. And the reason being is, let me ask you this. If you had some luggage and you needed to carry your luggage, what animal would you think of?
If I needed a animal to carry my luggage?
If you going somewhere and you needed an animal to carry your luggage, what animal would you think of to carry your luggage?
I guess I would think a donkey, I guess, at first, right?
Okay, what else?
Like, does he have to have hands?
No, just an animal that can carry, like say, 3 luggages.
Oh, three bags of luggage. I mean, a horse, a donkey, I don't know.
An elephant.
Yeah. Well, come on, an elephant can carry a truck. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But any animal really that's of a certain size, a tiger, a gorilla,
a strong animal,
a bear, yeah.
Okay. Why didn't you think of like a cat or a mouse or a rabbit?
To carry something heavy? Because I would think that the weight of what you're giving them would crush them.
Okay.
They would become immobile.
Okay, so here it is. When you call a woman strong, subconsciously, you're not looking at her as somebody that needs assistance. You're not looking at her as something soft and gentle. You're not looking at her as, you're going to subconsciously put extra shit on her back. That because you view her as strong, because my mama was strong, but you're not looking at the quality of life that your mama had, you're going to subconsciously put extra stuff on her back because you view her as strong. So I always say, you want a resilient woman who is interdependent. Don't kill that strong, independent woman stuff because y'all are adding that to it. Even though women started it, when you keep saying, men keep saying, I want that strong, independent woman, but when she pushing back and submissiveness and strong is like oil and water, it don't go together, you mad. Well, look at what you asking for.
I'm not sure I ever used those words, though. I want a strong Black woman.
Well, you may not have, but as our culture, they do. And even men, even with me, oh my God, Miss April, you such a strong Black woman. No, I'm not. I'm weak and I need you. I'm very interdependent. When men are around, I can't do shit. My wrists are broke. Bottom line. And so I have to talk to them that way to get them to understand. Yeah. Sometimes it can be a little extreme, but we're extreme in the other area. So I have to take it to the extreme in the more softer area. We just trademarked some T-shirt what do you call it? Slogans. Yeah. And one of them is damsel in distress. We got new merch coming. I'm a damsel in distress.
Let me say something. I was talking to a guy. He was in counseling with his wife. And one of the points of contention was while they were in counseling, she says to him in tears, "You're treating me like a damsel in distress, and I'm not no damn damsel in distress."
I am.
And for him, it threw him all the way off because he's like, yo, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to, look out for you. I'm trying to support you. And if I see you as a damsel in distress, tell me the harm in that. I need to know what the harm in that is.
There is no harm in it. We've been made to believe that there's a harm in it because we were taught that we should be trying to be equal and prove that we can do what you can do.
Is it the distress part or is it the damsel part?
It's the I need help. You see me as somebody that I need help part. And needing help is not a bad thing. Like I can say that because I used to be her. And what stopped me is I remember one day I was dating this guy back in 2000 and it had to be it was early on, maybe 9 or so, whatnot. And I remember I needed my rent money. My rent wasn't right. And I was, business wasn't going well and I needed a little assistance.
A guy you were dating?
Well, we weren't dating. We used to date, but we were still cool.
All right.
But if anything would happen, we were still cool. He was somebody that I thought I could call. But here's the deal. His words to me were, "You a strong woman. I know you're going to figure it out, right?" Now, there was another woman that was more of a damsel in distress, or she needed a little bit more. And we had a conversation later on. He was like, "Yeah, this girl, I liked her, but we didn't date, but I just didn't like that she was homeless." And so I called one of my homegirls who had some property and she let her stay at the property. I just wanted to help her out. That showed me in that moment. I trained men that I'm strong and that I got it.
Yes, ma'am, 1,000%.
At that moment, I totally switched. Fast forward to a couple of years after that. I was back home in California and I was driving one of my girlfriend's car because my car was in the shop and I accidentally burnt her clutch out by accident. Well,
you couldn't drive a...
I didn't know. I thought I could. My ex-husband told me how, but I guess I didn't remember.
Hilarious.
So the car broke down around the corner from a guy that I actually liked. And I was like, I don't want him thinking I was snooping in the neighborhood or whatnot, because I wasn't.
Yeah, you was low-key snooping.
I wasn't snooping. I was actually looking at a home in the area, right? And so I didn't want to call him, but the car started smoking, but he was the only one available. And I called him, I was like, Mike, oh my God, the car, and I'm just doing all this. And he was like, where are you? And I told him where I was. I said, I'm at the AM/PM and I'm here, and I'm on the way.
Oh, you was in California?
I was in California.
You said his name was Mike?
His name was Mike. Mike D. I tell this story all the time.
Okay.
Like, I call him Mike Diesel because I got a thing for muscles. So he just had muscles and stuff, honey. So he comes around the corner.
Yeah.
And I had on some flip-flops, some jeans, a cute little shirt. My hair was done. I had light makeup, a little lip gloss.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there in the car, and he comes up with his muscles and everything like that. And he comes up and he's like, let me see. He said, pop the hood. Pops the hood and get everything together. And he gets in the car with me. He said, all right, look, you burnt out the clutch, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my AAA and have them tow you back, because I was in Sacramento, tow you back to Sacramento. And so he called them. There was a 2-hour wait. He said, okay, well, I'm going to go take her to get something to eat, and we'll wait for you. After he hung up the phone, he was sitting back in the car like this, and he looked at me. And he started laughing. I said, why are you laughing at me? He's like, this is the first time I got to see April Mason frazzled. He said, because you always put together. And I said, did you like being my hero? He said, I absolutely did. Yeah. I absolutely did. And so from those 2 points on, I need some help.
So, I mean, honestly, it's like, why won't you give us that win? That's what a lot of guys are saying. Mm-hmm. Why won't you just give us that win? Like, it's little things. Sometimes it's like, if you're struggling with a jar, let me help you. Mm-hmm. You don't give it away right away. You still fighting with it. Mm-hmm. Hey, let me get it. I got you. Because to us, that's a low-hanging fruit win. And that's for me to, I'm going to come in, I'm going to open the jar, man, and then I'm going to hand it to you with,
be like, thank you,
joy.
boo.
And like, oh, you are so strong, man. I don't know.
Your fine self.
Yes, all of that.
That's all of that.
All of that.
That's the part.
But if you're still struggling, no, I got a tool for this, and then you open it yourself.
Yes. That's the part that's the biggest struggle that I have with women, giving the win. So once I understood that's probably about 10 years ago, those 2 stories happened. And I totally switched. I learned how to let a man do what a man does, right? So fast forward, I was at the Rick Ross event and I had an opportunity to speak. I was the only woman that even left room or even thought to ask a man to help her up the steps.
Okay, keep talking about that, because what I'm going to do is,
because there's a snippet of that on my social media too. Of me
no. Okay, since you
me asking the gentleman, because
it's a snippet there. Okay,
it's a snippet of me asking him up the steps.
So hold on. This right here though is the aftermath. This what I want to talk about right here. This the aftermath.
Hello, darlings. It's April Mason here, your favorite feminine lifestyle strategist. I'm here to help you to become a feminine CEO, and the information that we're getting here. You see all this right here? You see all this chocolate? All right, everybody. You done blessed us. Go ahead and smile.
Look at that right there.
Get around
it's a smile for me.
That's how it makes men.
Man, okay, so take me back. Take me to exactly what that was. Break that down for me.
That interaction. The world that went crazy about that interaction, honey.
Yeah.
So this is what it was. When the feminine enters the room, it causes men to respond in a particular way. Mm-hmm. I was one of maybe 5 women out of maybe 40, almost 50 men. Mm-hmm. And this was my response across the board. So this was like the second.
Why he all up in your face like that, though? That's what I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying.
He seems very close.
You want me to break and I had to break this down to the women.
He seems extremely close up on you, Bishop.
Oh, I have whatever do you mean?
Okay, actually, let's go here, because you did. I was going to clown you about this, but you did show another. You showed another angle.
Okay,
let me grab the angle. This is the actual angle right here. Mm-hmm. So he would.
Because everybody thought, why you got your butt all on him, and why that ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang. Oh, okay. So, wait a minute.
What do you say?
Wait a minute. Look at the lingering hand, though. It's the lingering hand for me. Hold on. And she hold on. She's still holding. She's still holding. Talk to me. Tell me what that was.
Okay, here's the deal. I, as a woman that actually lives a feminine lifestyle, I teach living a feminine lifestyle, and your femininity is for you first and not for a man. The man is the byproduct. When you live a feminine lifestyle, you don't have to turn it on and off. So women ask me, how do you stay feminine at work? If you're that, like my nose don't come off because I go to my office or because I go to the fire department or because I go to dinner. It's a part of me. So when you make it a part of your lifestyle, you always get that response from men. That right there, that's a normal response. Not up close and personal, but that's a normal response in my day-to-day. And it's because I'm opposite of what you are. Ross Boss is a boss. He is a alpha male. He is a man's man. He lets you know that. And so I broke that down on my post, but it's a part of that I didn't break down for the women.
Okay.
Okay, go back. I'm gonna break it down. Go back to the piece
hold on.
where I'm actually talking to him, because at the beginning, I'm talking about my business because that's what we're there for. He gave us an opportunity to talk about our business on his story.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you when to pause. Pause. Right there. Most women can't tell me what just happened right there.
I can't tell you what just happened right there.
Okay, what happened right there is, here's a man that wants some attention. Yeah. And although I'm talking about my business and everything else, I pause to acknowledge him.
Ooh, that's good.
Because I see you want mama attention right now. And even though I'm in a business conference and I'm talking about my business.
Okay, hold on. I got to go back again because the sound wasn't on that one. Hold on.
Hello, darlings. It's April Mason here, your favorite feminine lifestyle strategist. I'm here to help you to become a feminine CEO, and the information that we're getting here. You see all this right there? You see all this chocolate?
All right, everybody.
You done blessed us. Go ahead and smile.
Your blazers tomorrow.
That's what happens when you get around feminine energy, honey. That's how it
to go ahead. You told him to go ahead and smile. Why you do that? Why you say that?
Because I knew at that moment what happened. There's so many nuggets in this. What happened was as the moment I'm talking about my business and I'm explaining, about what I'm here. I'm from the Feminine CEO. I have the All Things Feminine app and all of these things, right? When he came close to me like that and looked like that, I said, "Oh, Daddy wants some attention. Let me get Daddy some attention real quick." That's what it was. That's what I saw when I rewatched it. And I said, "Let me give him some attention." And a funny thing is, I didn't even notice those things at the conference. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Wall Street Trapper. He's a popular guy. Yeah, Wall Street Trapper. After I spoke the next day, Trapper came over and said, "Queen, you killed it. You killed it, right?" But he says, "I saw you all over Ross's stories." And I said, "Okay." He said, "Queen, it was the way you leaned back into it." He said, "Ooh, we queen." And I didn't catch it because this is my normal behavior when I'm around masculine energy. So on my Facebook page, I broke it down.
He kept calling you queen?
Oh yeah, he called me queen all day. I'm queen, honey, queen. I can be in queen energy, but I live in the princess energy. And I'll explain that. But I had to go back and watch the video to catch what the men were saying, because it was just like, it was a fun moment, and it ended up being good content. It went viral. It has way over 2 million views on my Facebook page. It just went crazy, right?
Really?
Here's the thing. In the moment when he got close and looked this way, and even though I'm in business mode and it's my time to shine, I acknowledged you. He had me on his 13 million. He has over 13 million followers. It's my time to shine. You're putting me on your stories and we're having this dialogue and you're letting the world know who I am and I'm a part of your Boss Up conference and all of that. But in that moment, Daddy wanted some attention. It didn't take anything away from me to acknowledge his presence.
Wow, man.
So I'm like, okay, he wants some attention. Go ahead and smile for the people. Go ahead. Let smile. All this. I said, y'all see all this chocolate right here? I'm acknowledging that I see you although I'm supposed to be doing this, it doesn't take anything away from me. And then I come back and say, he has blessed us here today. I'm giving you your props for what the event that you just put on for us. Me leaning back into you is the feminine energy surrendering to the masculine alpha male because the body automatically does that. I told you, when we feel seen, heard, protected, and provided for. So that lean back, that wasn't anything that I even noticed. The fellas noticed that. But that's what a feminine energy does when it feels safe. I felt safe. It wasn't a lustful move. It wasn't sexual. What it was very endearing. It was very intrigued.
It was sensual.
You think it was sensual?
Oh, come on. Baby. Come on, man. Yeah, I mean, it was sensual,
not in a
specifically
sexy way.
Well, it was sexy. It was sexual, but I'm saying not so much in the sense of intention.
Yes.
Maybe not from you. The boss. The boss wanted some buns. Let's throw that out there real quick. Okay, but it's cool. I mean, much love and respect for him.
I wrote a post that said the other day, and the women lost their minds. I said, heal the boy in him and the man you want will show up.
Oh.
They thought, and in that post.
Bars. Oh my gosh. Can we pause? Can we pause on that one? Can we pause on that one? You're absolutely right. And I know the way for a person that's immature, how they would hear that.
They heard that. But what they didn't do was read the caption. It says, a divine, feminine, wise woman her presence can heal him. They thought I said, do something. I didn't say do. I said be.